Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful Sukkot, a wonderful Chol HaMoed. Of course, we were all overjoyed when we heard the news immediately after the first days of Yontif concluded of the, at that time, expected ceasefire and the deal for the upcoming release of all of the hostages. And although we are already so thankful for Hashem, we continue to daven that everything should go smoothly, that the hostages should be well treated these last few days of their captivity. Be'ezras Hashem, nothing should go wrong in the last few days. Sometimes the last period of time is the most critical, most dangerous moment. We daven there should be no attacks. Everything should go smoothly, and we should have good news to celebrate very soon. And we continue to daven that the Jewish people, that Hashem should lead us to continued better days, days of strength and peace, days of salvation and consolation, days of true joy for the entire Jewish people. And on Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah, we will mark those days as the second anniversary, the yahrzeit of all of those who were murdered in the October 7th attacks. And there will be moments in our davening and in our dancing of reflection on that aspect. But hopefully also by that time, we'll have great news to celebrate and to thank Hashem for as well. Tehillim Perek Kuf Chavav is an appropriate parak to think about in these days. Shir Hamalos, a song of ascents, Beshuv Hashem, as Shivat Sion Hayinu Kechamim. When Hashem returned the captives of Zion, we were like dreamers. Shuva Hashem Eshvitenu. David Melech calls out Hashem, return all those who have been captives, who have been taken, captured. Kafikim Banegev, like these streams rushing forth through the south, through the desert. Az Yamale Schok Pinu. Ulshanenu Rina. And at that time, when the hostages will be returned, our mouths will be full of laughter, our tongues full of song. The Gemara comments that Az Yamale Schok Pinu, only at that time will our mouths be full. That as long as there is a Jew in captivity, as long as there are a Jew who wishes to return to Israel and is not able to do so, until the final redemption, we may have joy. We may have schok and rina, but our mouths can't be full. There is always something missing. There is always some aspect that is holding us back from complete joy. And similarly, over these past 2 years, even if there have been moments of personal joy, joy for the entire Jewish people, there was always something hanging over us, whether we would explicitly recognize and daven for the hostages and the soldiers at weddings and other celebratory moments, or even if it was not mentioned explicitly somewhere in our minds, we were worried about the hostages and the Jewish people, and our mouths cannot be full of joy, but we hope to soon have a time when our mouths indeed will be Az Yamale Schok Pinu. David HaMelech says that on that day, when Shivat Sion, when the captives of Zion return, Hayinu Kecholmim, will be like dreamers. On a simple level, it means that that day will be so incredible. It'll be like a dream. It'll be like it's not real. And in fact, you have people describing these moments, family members of hostages, saying they can't even put into words their feelings. It doesn't seem real after all of this time, and hopefully the day is coming soon. However, Chazal read this pasuk in a different and an additional way. Hayinu kechomim, we were like dreamers. Not that the moment of redemption will be like a dream, but when that time will come, we will look back at the past, at the suffering, at the most difficult times, and it will seem just like a dream. It will seem like it wasn't real. What are Chazal getting at here? They're putting their fingers on a very important point, that even when the moment of redemption comes, even when the moment of joy and celebration comes, that transforms the present and the future, but it doesn't undo the past. And even if we have so much now to thank Hashem for, and hopefully soon we'll have even more to thank Hashem for, there has been so much suffering, so much loss, so much sadness over the past 2 years. And the joy, at least in our current reality, doesn't undo that. And there's so many people still burdened by the past of the 2 years. And so what David HaMelech, as Chazal explained, is saying here is that the ultimate redemption, the final redemption, will not only bring in a new present and future of salvation, of celebration, of joy, of peace, of happiness, but it will change our perspective on the past. It will, in some ways, undo the past. The current joy will be so great that the pain of the past won't really even seem real. Yes, it happened. We can't say it didn't happen, but somehow it's turned into a dream. It's not real in the same sense. And all of that pain, all of that difficulty, all of that sadness, all of the tears somehow are not real. We are unburdened by the difficult days that have passed before us. And similarly, we daven. We daven for the day of complete redemption. We daven for the day, and we hope that in the next few days will be a significant step towards that final day of redemption, a day that the present and future will be brighter, will be filled with joy, will be filled with reasons to thank Hashem. And we also hope for the day that somehow all of the pain of the past 2 years will be transformed, will not burden us. We will not have scars from it, but it will be turned into a dream. The pain will not be as real, but rather will be transformed into ways to see Hashem, to feel Hashem's presence. All sadness, all tears should be erased from the faces of the Jewish people, and we should only have reason to rejoice, beginning with this Shabbos, Shmini Atzeres, and Simchas Torah. Az Yimales Chog Pinu, Ulshanena Rina, we daven for the day when our mouths will be full of laughter and our tongues full of joy. Good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, Sukkot Sameach, and Moed Tov.